This is ugly. But let's continue. Once again, Michael Jackson is probably the smartest man to ever be, to ever be taught music business in the business. And once again, I believe that he took a deal to give up everything to walk away scot-free. All right, so let's go. Once again, his publishing and did not go to his kids. Sony bought it. Let's go. Let's see. Sony Music Group has closed an agreement to buy just half of Michael's publishing and recorded masters catalog in a deal that sources say valued those music assets somewhere above $1.2 billion. That's half his publishing and masters, just half. They valued it at 1.2 billion. Other sources have suggested it might be as much as 1.5 billion. Sony will pay at least 600 million for its stake of the legendary rights. That means that the Jackson deal, which closed late last year, is at a bigger valuation than the 1.2 billion that Queen is currently seeking. And whereas the Queen valuation includes, sources say, royalties from income streams beyond the masters in publishing, including from the Freddie Mercury biopic. Now, the fact that the Queen is throwing all this in its package tells me Michael's catalog is worth more. It's just Michael's publishing and masters, and it's already at 1.2 billion, 1.2 to 1.5. Queen wants that much with all this shit, royalties, streams, and royalties from the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay. Sony's deal with Michael Jackson estate does not include royalties from the Broadway play and other theatrical productions featuring Jackson's music. Sources say the current deal includes non-Jackson authored songs in his My Jack publishing catalog, which also includes approximately 250 songs from Sly and the Family Stone publishing catalog, as well as iconic songs written by and performed by Jerry Lee Lewis, Jackie Wilson, Curtis Mayfield, Ray Charles. Oh, wait. Didn't they tell y'all Ray Charles had that nice ass deal with Atlantic to own his but they told y'all he owned it. But they did the movie and you said, hey man, can you match that can you match Atlantic, man? Can you match the deal, man? Can you give me more than $1 per record, man? They told y'all Ray Charles had. Imagine that. How did Michael publishing catalog end up with Ray Charles? But they told y'all in the movie that. Can you match Atlantic Records? Can you match it, baby? Can you give me more than $1 per record? That's better than Frank Sinatra. Let's continue. Percy Sledge and Dion. Billboard estimated that the iconic artist estate earns about $75 million annually. Those assets include ownership of master recordings, publishing for Jackson's share of his songs, his My Jack publishing catalog, and revenue from merchandise and royalties from theatrical shows featuring Jackson's music. Jackson's recording and publishing assets alone brought in $47.2 million to the estate, and that My Jack might be bringing in another $5 to $8 million annually. My Jack is the one that has Sly, Jerry, Jackie, Curtis, Ray. Can you match it, baby? Percy Sledge and Dion. Okay. Let's see. Sales and streams of Jackson's music grew steadily from 1 million album equivalent units in 2020 to 1.47 million in 2023, up 37% over those 3 years. That outpaced the overall U.S. music market for album consumption units, which grew by 22.9% during that time period. Outside the United States, Jackson is arguably even more popular. In 2023, consumption of his music grew 38.3% to 6.5 billion on-demand streams, up from 4.7 billion streams in 2021. Of course, next year, Jackson biopic called Micheal will be released. And you know what that means. Shout out to my old mentor, John McClane. Lawyer John Bronca and A&R executive John McClane are expected to continue to stay involved as co-executors. Okay. Throughout the year, Sony has paid the Jackson estate more than $2 billion in some major deals that go beyond distributing royalties for his records and songs. In 1991, the company paid $100 million to buy the first half of what became Sony ATV. ATV Music was the catalog that Jackson bought in '85 that contained the Beatles catalog and other popular songs. That was merged into Sony's music publishing operation to become Sony ATV, with Sony and Jackson each owning 50% of that company. In 2016, the company paid $750 million for the remaining 50% of Sony ATV. It also paid $287.5 million for the Jackson Estate's share of the consortium that owned EMI Publishing. Shout out to Big John Platt. In 2018, as well as dividends during its ownership of those assets, that came out to a total of about $1.6 billion. And now the latest deal adds another $600 million or more, driving the total amount past the $2 billion mark. Okay. Your masters are worthless without somebody to administer them. Okay. I'm not impressed when these artists, I own my own masters. When Megan Thee Stallion says, I own my masters. We're not impressed. Ma'am, do you have the staff to administer and license your masters? Especially if nobody wants to use your music for projects. Okay. Hopefully everybody learned something tonight. All right.